Welcome to the Keep Teaching Guide on creating accessible course material. In this video, we are going to go over the how to use the Ally Accessibility dashboard in Canvas, how to find and use the Canvas Accessibility Checker, how to find and use Ally resources on the Keep Teaching website, how to ask for help from the Accessibility Resource Center for files that need remediation in Canvas, and how to locate Zoom guides on transcription editing to add closed caption to video. So the first thing I'm going to go over here is locating the Ally Accessibility dashboard in your course. So every course you have will have this button here that is located in the course level navigation menu. If you click into that, you will see what the score is for your course overall. This dashboard is super helpful. You can look at the content with its easiest to fix. So this will mostly be images and things. You can start there. So if you click on that, it will take you right in there, and it tells you that this image is missing a description. So you can either indicate that the image is decorative if it is truly just a banner or a decorative image, or if it's a pie chart like this, you would need to enter a description that was clear enough that somebody who has no vision can understand what's going on in the chart. There's some help here that will help you. They've got an idea. They give you an idea of how to write helpful descriptions. And if you need help, you can always click help here, and we have a contact here, and if you type in what you need, this will generate a ticket that goes to the Center for Teaching and Learning and to the Accessibility Resource Center. So anytime you get stuck trying to add accessible content in your Canvas course, help is just a few clicks away. Okay, so that is the basics of the accessibility dashboard. I am going to share a little later where the help guides are to get quick one-pagers that are PDFs on what all of these things mean. This is a quick overview. So the next item that I'm going to talk about is the Canvas Accessibility Checker. So this is a built-in tool. I am looking at my assignment, and when I go in to edit the assignment, so this is the rich content editor. That's the name of the Canvas text editor that's embedded on pages, assignments, quizzes, basically anywhere where you want to add text in Canvas. You can use the rich content editor to do that. This little indicator here is the accessibility checker. If you're on a smaller screen like a laptop, it may have slid off the page. You may have to look for this accessibility checker. So I'm just going to click here, and you will notice that I have added a numbered list, but I added the list just by typing the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So for accessibility purposes, lists should be formatted as lists, and that's exactly what this accessibility checker is telling me. So if I click this button, Canvas will take the step to pull out all the 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s that I typed and convert this to an actual list format. So I'm going to apply that change. And it's also telling me that I do not have an image here. So an image alt tag, I'm sorry. So I'm going to add my alt tag here, and I'm going to say sample badge completion. Because that's what that is a picture of. So I'm going to apply that, and now there are no more accessibility issues on this page. Now the accessibility checker, I think, checks 22 different items, so it's not saying that this is perfect, but it will be checking for things like color contrast, images, It's going to want to make sure that you're using headers as headers. So this particular line of text is in Canvas as a header. So use this to adjust your header styles. We don't want to just be putting text in and leaving it as a paragraph and changing the font size to 18. That does not, we need to indicate to students where the breaks are in the content, and using the header tag will allow Canvas to do that. Now you can change the size of the header, that you can make the header smaller, and it will still tell the screen reader that this is where a new piece of content begins. So that is the accessibility checker in Canvas. So the next thing I wanted to talk to everyone about is how to locate resources that are going to help us with learning about accessibility and using these tools. On the HSU Keep Teaching website, so that's the Center for Teaching and Learning, and then click on Keep Teaching. In this accordion, we have added some basic materials for accessibility. So the Ally Basics, which I have open here, is going to talk to you a bit about how Ally is helping to generate accessible content. The other piece that Ally does for you is it allows your students to download the content that you have added in an accessible format that works for them. So they can download your pages as audio files, as Braille. They can download it as an EPUB if it's a long PDF. They can download it as HTML. So it's really got a lot of uses for students, especially now that we're going to distance learning. On that same list here, I want to make a note of the accessibility checklist. So that is this one. So it is kind of pointers for how to start with accessible design. So we want to make sure we're not using scanned PDFs. If we have PDFs that we need to be made accessible, we're going to utilize the services of the Accessibility Resource Center. So I'm going to talk about that also in just a minute, but I want to bring your attention to this last one that is Ally Alternative Formats. And that is the documentation that you may want to share in your course with your students to let them know how they can download an alternative format of a particular document that you've shared. So it does take a few minutes to download. So just so you're aware, the first download that happens is it creates the HTML folder, and then the rest of these are built off of that. So it will take less time than if you're, for example, going to try to produce an audio file. So but this is very helpful to your students to be able to access the material in a format that they need. Okay, so that is the Ally resources on the Keep Teaching website. Again, that's on the CTL page under Keep Teaching, and it's in this accordion under Accessibility. Okay, so what if we have, I'm going to go back into my Ally course here, and I'm going to take a look in the files area. So files are difficult to remediate. So we are offering the services of the Accessibility Resource Center. So that is, they're part of ITS, and they have a digital scanner that will scan paper, textbooks, articles, magazines, and make them readable in Canvas. Instead of just, if we did it, we might just use a copy machine and put it up there, and it's not accessible because that's literally just an image of the page. So this is a very important aspect of making your content accessible. And so in the files area, you will see the accessibility indicators. So red needs more remediation. Green is good. Light green is almost there. So we're trying to move this along a spectrum. We do not expect everything to be perfect. let's take a look at this PDF here that has a very low score. So in order to look at the accessibility score, we're going to click on the accessibility indicator. So this PDF is untagged. Now this is something that we do not expect faculty to remediate themselves. This is exactly the kind of thing that ARC will do. So we want to open a ticket with ARC. So I'm going to click on this how to tag a PDF, because in order to remediate this, the file has to be downloaded, fixed in Adobe, and re-uploaded. And instead of stepping through these steps, which it will tell you how to do it, I'm just going to go right straight to help, and I'm going to say, please tag this PDF. And if you like, they'll fix everything in your course. Fix the other PDFs in this course. So that is going to send a ticket directly to our team. It will include a bunch of information like where this is located, and what course it's in, and your email address. It's going to take all of that from Canvas and generate a ticket. So then we will start replying to you via email and the ticketing system in order to finish the remediation. So that is how to ask for help from the Accessibility Resource Center for files in Canvas. Now the last piece here is adding captions via the automatic transcription service in Zoom. So I'm going to log into my humboldtstate.zoom.us account. I'm going to go to settings, and then I'm going to go to the recording tab, and I want to make sure that audio transcriptions is turned on. So this blue box should be checked. If it's not, check it. So if I change it, then the save button will pop up. But I just want to verify that audio transcriptions are turned on. Now, when you record a video, it's going to record automatically to the cloud, and when it's done, it will come back to you, and it will show the recording, and it will show the audio transcription. Now, this one is still in progress, so we can't go in and edit it yet. But I want to direct everybody to this Zoom help guide. So the help guide is support.zoom.us, and the title of it is automatically transcribed cloud recordings. So the part that is most important is the generating a transcript, viewing and editing your transcript, and embedding the transcript. So when we embed the transcript, it will appear as closed caption right within that video that you share with your class from the recording link in Zoom. Okay, that was the quick version of creating accessible course material.